Keena, it's a good thing that we were not alpha blood, we are beta. I don't think that there would be a peace treaty between our packs if we were, all because of Adrian's grandmother. Keska, Keena looked like a Greek goddess in her dress. I hugged my cousin in the hallway as I left Keena's room. He was there to escort Constance down for the ceremony and then take his place to wait for her. When I got downstairs, I ran into Rex. He is Adrian's gamma. Hey Keska, what happened to you? Who hit you? I signed to him, shoo. The elder Mrs. Sutter slapped me, that bitch. Does Adrian know? He signed back yes, he knows. He was furious with her for causing a scene before the ceremony and for hitting me. Is there anything I can do? He signed back. No, I just want this day to continue without any more drama for Adrian's sake. I signed back to him. Me to Kes. Me too. He signed and gave me a quick hug. We both went to take our places for the ceremony. I noticed Adrian looking around. I just waved to him in case it was me he was looking for. He seemed to settle down when he saw that I was there. Then the Luna music started, and we all stood and turned to the French doors of the grand hall. Keena was there with her father. He kissed her cheek and then went to take his place next to his mate, leaving Keena to walk the aisle and the few steps up to Adrian's side. The elder started with the alpha swearing in first. Alpha Asa, do you relinquish the title of Pack Alpha to your son Adrian? I do. The elder took the ceremonial blade, cut Uncle Asa's palm, and let the blood drip into the ceremonial cup. Adrian, do you promise to put the safety of Moonrise Pack above your own? I do. Do you promise to ensure the necessities of the pack are met before your own? I do. The elder cut Adrian's hand and let it bleed into the cup. Then he handed the cup to Adrian to drink. By the power vested in me by our goddess, I pronounce you Alpha Adrian of Moonrise Pack. There were wh. Oops and hollers, cat calls and whistles from the pack and from those assembled. The elder called for attention to settle the crowd. We are not done yet. He turned to Keena and motioned her forward. Do you, Keena, swear allegiance to Moonrise Pack and to its alpha, Adrian? I do. Do you promise to put the pack's needs before your own? I do. Do you promise to put the safety of the pack before your own? I do. Then the elder cut Keena's palm and let the blood drip into the cup. Alpha Adrian, do you accept Keena as your mate and Luna? The elder asked. I do. The elder then recut Adrian's palm and let his blood drip into the cup. He swirled it a couple of times to mix it and then gave it to Keena to drink, and then to Adrian to drink. By the power vested in me by our goddess, I pronounce you Alpha and Luna Sutter of Moonrise Pack. Again, more whoops and hollers. Keska, as I got in line to congratulate Adrian and Keena, I felt the cold stares of someone staring at me, looking around, and I saw my siblings. What? I mind-linked James. Get to the back of the line, brat. He sent back. So, in order not to cause any more drama with my family, I stepped out of line and went to the kitchen to help set the food out for the celebration to come, and to pack snacks and water for the trip home. I had just set a tray of deli meats on the table and turned to head back into the kitchen. What are you doing? I heard Adrian's voice behind me. Helping, I said. I saw you get out of line. Why? He asked. Adrian, please don't get upset, but the twins were being pissy about me being in front of them, so I just came to the kitchen where I knew I could do some good, and not cause any more trouble. I told him with finger quotes. I swear if we weren't cousins I'd kick their asses. James had better grow up, and start acting like an alpha should, or, even if we are cousins there will be no trade agreements between us. Adrian hissed. Adrian, don't cause problems, please. J. James will graduate in a month and a half and turn 18 in 2 months, and then he will have to go to alpha training. I'm sure he will get better. I said to him. We shall see, he said, we shall see. Now are you going to congratulate me or what? He chuckled. I just gave him a big hug. You need to go mingle with your guests. Oh, and I hope you don't mind, but I packed some sandwiches for the ride home. I said to him. Are they for you? Or the rest of the family? He asked, me and the warriors I rode with. I answered. Then I don't mind. He told me. Mackie, I was riding my bike home from Nana Lily's. I stayed longer than I thought. It was around 3:30 in the afternoon. I heard a vehicle start driving behind me. I pulled my bike to the very edge of the street to let it pass, but it slowed down too. I looked behind me to see who it was, and there was Seth and a few of the hockey players. What is it, Seth? I sent him a mind link. Do you know why? Keska isn't answering any of my texts, he sent back. Sorry, no clue. I sent to him. The other guys with him started to give him shit for stopping and talking to me. Dude, come on, what would Jessie say if she caught you talking to that loser? Jerks, But what do you expect from a bunch of jocks, right? Idiots. Seth just shook his head and drove off, showering me with dust and pebbles from the side of the street. Asshole. I pulled my phone out of my bag and sent Keska a text. From Mackie, hey, Kes, have you got any text from Seth? He just caught me on my way home from Nana's and asked if I knew why you weren't answering his text. It was weird, he hesitated before he said your name. From Keska, Mackie, he hasn't sent me any. He was probably going to say Jessie's name because he was blowing up her phone on the way here, but he never sent me anything. Just ignore him. From Mackie, yeah, he just sprayed me as he drove off with some of the guys from the team with him, jerks. Angry face emoji, F. Rom Keska, was Dave with them? From Mackie, not that I saw, why? Form Keska, well, at least we don't have to put him in the same category as the rest of the knuckle-headed hockey team. Laughing tear-faced emoji, we will probably be leaving here somewhere around 7, and it will be another 2.5 hours to get home. I will call you when we get there. From Mackie, can't wait to hear all about it. Keska, I put my phone away and continued to help with the food service and clean up just to stay away from the rest of the family. I did take some of the finger sandwiches to the guards so they could have something to eat before everything was cleaned up and put away. If I had known that they had set up food tables for the guards, I would have just sent them there, but I didn't know. I heard my father's voice as I was coming back from feeding our guards. I stopped in my tracks. I did not want to be caught and accused of eavesdropping. Drake, Alpha Cameron, good to see you again. Alpha Drake, nice seeing you. I was hoping you would be here, and we could mix a little business with the festivities. What did you have in mind? Cameron asked me. Nothing much, but maybe setting a date to finalize the trade talks we started last week. Keska, I heard my father say. Sure, I think we can manage that. Cameron said with a slight chuckle. Good, how does Wednesday sound? I asked. I can make that work. Will your son be joining us? Cameron asked. I will check with him, but I suspect that he should be able to join us. I said. I look forward to the meeting. I stayed well back from them as they went their separate ways, as I didn't want to be seen and be accused of eavesdropping. I waited till I saw my father turn a corner out of my sight before I moved and continued my way back to the kitchen. Drake, I made my way back to my mate and Luna. Well, I was able to finalize the date for the trade talks that were started last week. I told her. Well, let's just hope that your mother didn't damage our reputation too badly with her stupid outburst. She hisses back at me. I'm sure we will be just fine, and if we're not, then I will take it out of mother's hide, I assured her. The music has started, let us go dance, and forget about my mother and pack business. I said to her as I took her hand and led her to the outdoor dance floor. Keska, I made it back to the kitchen without too much more hassle. I started to bring in the dishes from the dinner, and started to bring more snack foods out to the serving table, when I was pulled away from behind. I didn't think I'd just let my body react. I threw my head back, connecting with the person's face, then threw my elbow back, catching whoever it was in the upper ribs, then I just let all my weight drop. I was dropped, and I spun around and took a defensive stance, ready to continue to defend myself more if necessary. Whoa, Alpha Cameron held up his hands in mock surrender. Oh my goddess! I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I will think about it. Who are you? He asked me. I knew better than to look him in the eye. He is an alpha after all, so I picked the second button on his shirt to look at to answer him. I'm Keska, from Blue Crescent Pack. I answered, Blue Crescent, one of Alpha Drake's pack? What were you doing eavesdropping on your Alpha? He asked with a bit of anger in his voice. I'm sorry, Alpha, but I was not eavesdropping. I was on my way back from taking food to the warriors that accompanied us. When I heard my father's voice, I did not wish to be scolded yet again for no reason, so I stayed as still and quiet as possible. Father? Alpha Drake is your father? He asked, sounding a bit confused. Drake, I hear Alpha Cameron's voice over by the food table. I hope that an Omega has not spilled something on him. I am going to go investigate what is going on over there with Alpha Cameron, I told Carla. I walk over to where I see him standing, and I see Keska with him. Keska, now what have you done? I growled at her as I observed the scene in front of me. You know her? Cameron asked. Yes, she is my daughter, and a troublemaker. I told him. I thought you only had twins. He says to me. No, I have 5 kids, I say with a slight chuckle. I hope she hasn't caused you any trouble, I say to him with a bit of harshness in my voice towards Keska. Before he could answer, Adrian stepped up to us. Adrian, I see both Uncle Drake and Alpha Cameron over by the food table with Keska stuck between them, looking like she was about to be skinned and skewered. Excuse me, uncle, may I take my cousin and dance with her? I asked, even though he knew it wasn't a question but a request I was making. Of course, Adrian. He didn't sound incredibly pleased at my interruption. I held out my hand to her and pulled her away from them. Drake, I turned to look at Alpha Cameron. Are you okay? I asked him, noticing the bruise starting at his eye. Yeah, I was quick enough to raise her slightly so I wouldn't get a broken nose, but I will live with the black eye and slightly bruised ribs. He tells me. I am shocked that she was able to do that. Let's get some ice for you. I say as I turn and head toward the pack house. He follows behind me. How come I never knew you had 5 kids? He asked me. I don't know, Keska was born between the twins, I tell him. Keska, thank you, Adrian, but you should not have done that, because I will get it worse later, from father. I tell him as we move to the dance floor. If he does tell me, I won't stand for it. He says. Adrian, there is nothing you will be able to do, he is my father, you are my cousin. I tell him. I know, but I just hate the way they ignore you or belittle you. He says to me. I changed the subject on him as I don't want him getting worked up about family matters on his coronation day. Have you danced with everyone yet? I asked him. I have, including your siblings, they were the first ones to get dances with both Kina and I, he tells me, then proceeds to give me the rundown on every Luna, from every pack in attendance. By the time the dance was done, we were both laughing. Cameron, I let Alpha Drake lead me to the pack house, where he tells one of the Omegas to fetch me some ice. I feel a bit stupid, I admit to him. I am not afraid to admit shit in front of him. I am not one of those vain alphas that won't admit when he's wrong for fear of appearing weak. Why is that? He asks. Well, not knowing she was your daughter, for one, and letting her take me by surprise for two. I kind of chuckled at him. Sorry for that. He apologizes to me, nodding towards my eye. Why were you talking to her in the first place? He asks. When we were talking and setting the date for our meeting, I caught her scent. I didn't know who it was, so I went in search of whoever it might have been that was eavesdropping on our conversation. I tell him, I should not have just picked her up and startled her the way I did, so in a way, I guess I deserve what I got from her, but I was not expecting it. Again, I chuckled. I was watching his face as I spoke. He did not seem happy to hear that she had overheard us. What excuse did she give for eavesdropping? He asks. She said that she wasn't, that she had just gone to give food to the warriors that accompanied you and she was on her way back when she heard your voice, and not wanting to get scolded for no reason again, she stayed quiet and still. I told him what she said to me. Again, I watched his face. He seemed to be a bit perplexed but did not comment on it. After observing Alpha Drake, I decided to link the men that accompanied me. Chase, was there someone there just a bit ago? Yeah, boss, a female pup about 15 years old. He links back. How did the men react to her? I asked him. Nothing special, maybe a bit dismissive, he answers back. Thanks, I cut the link. Problems? Asked Drake. No, just the guys wand airing about getting something to eat. I tell him. Oh, have them come to the back of the pack house, there are tables set up for them. He says. I link Chase back. Have all the guys, not just you, but all the escorts come to the back of the pack house to get food. Okay, I will let them know, boss. I close the link. Thanks, Drake, I'm good now. Sirius will heal the rest. Again, I am sorry about Keska, are we still on for next week? He asked, almost pleading. Yes. I answered him. I put the ice and towel down, and walked out to the grounds where they were still dancing. Keska, may I have this dance? I hear from behind me. Turning, I find Alpha Cameron. Come, dance with me, let me show you that there are no hard feelings. I take the hand that he has held out to me. We move on to the dance area. He takes me in his arms, and right away I feel safe, protected, almost. It was strange. As he held my hand in his, I felt his thumb rub over the scar I have. What is this from? He asked. I and my best friend made a blood promise to each other when we were kids, I tell him, not looking him in the eye. You can look at me. He tells me. I do not wish to be rude, nor do I want your wolf to feel challenged. I am, after all, alpha-blooded, remember? I say. I promise Sirius won't feel threatened by you, but if it helps, I will let him tell you. Before I can say anything, I hear a deeper, gravely baritone young pup, look up. The alpha's hand comes up to my chin and tilts my head up, so I am looking him right in the eye. I know you are alpha blood, but you are young, I do not take offense at you, there is no challenge from you. I heard his wolf say. Thank you, Sirius, it is nice to meet you. I say to his wolf. My pleasure. I then watch as Cameron's eyes return to their warm chocolate brown with gold flecks. He is a very handsome alpha with his sandy brown hair, almost the color of wet sand when you're digging at the beach to make a sandcastle. It has a soft wave to it, a strong square jawline, and a straight nose. Cameron, I wonder how many friends Keska has made blood promises with, and does her father know? And does she know what exactly she has done? But before I can ask her, it's as if she read my mind. Don't worry, Alpha, I am not stealing the pack, just my best friend, and yes, we both know what we did, and we would do it again. She is my Gamma, not my father's nor my brother's, but mine. She tells me. It almost sounds like you are going for a pack of your own. I say with a chuckle. You never know, I just might. She says with a straight face. Sirius lets me know that someone is not happy that I am dancing with Keska. Is it Adrian? And no, it is her sister. As we were dancing, I turned us to find Jesse staring hard at Keska and me. I also see that Adrian has his mate on the dance floor, keeping an eye on his cousin. It seems we are the center of attention. I tell her. I doubt that the only one that would care is Adrian, and that is to protect my honor, but I think he knows you are not the type that would try to take advantage, more to the point of making sure that my family does not make a scene. She says. The music ends, and she inclines her head to me. Thank you for the dance, Alpha Cameron, and thank you, Sirius. She says to both of us. I let Sirius answer for us. Our pleasure. He smiles at her. She just turns and walks away from us. Someone is going to be very lucky to have her. I say to Sirius. Yes. Is all I get from him before Jesse comes up to us. Sirius gives a slight growl. Stop, we need to play nice. I tell him. Keska. As I walk away from Alpha Cameron, I happen to catch Jesse walking up to him out of the corner of my eye. I wonder if he has his mate yet, not that it would be me, but I just hope it's not Jesse. He's too nice for Jesse, although it might be good for her if she got someone like him. It would teach her she can't always get everything handed to her on a silver platter like mom and father do. I headed back to the pack house to help with more of the cleanup. I like to keep busy, and that way I am also not getting into trouble, as father would put it. Plus, I know we will be leaving in about an hour, as it is getting late. I get to the kitchen and jump right in, retrieving the dirty dishes, glasses, and tableware from the tables as the guest just put things down haphazardly, and getting them to the kitchen to be washed, and I then start to put things away. Keska. After working in the kitchen for the better part of an hour, I link Frank. Have you heard from father yet on when we will be leaving? I ask him. My face is really starting to ache now. Yes, he says we will be leaving in half hour, he sends back, and I close the link. I start to gather the finger sandwiches, snacks, and water I had put aside from earlier, when I feel a searing pain in my upper right arm. Turning to see who grabbed me, I see the elder Miss Sutter. It's not bad enough that you think you can claim family, but now you steal from us. She screeches at me, as her wolf claws dig deeper into my arm. No, Mrs. Sutter, I am not. Alpha Adrian gave me permission to take these for the trip home. I tell her through gritted teeth. I keep my eyes on the floor, I just want to scream. The pain in my arm is so bad. Just as she was about to slap me again, Rex came into the kitchen. Sally, Luna Becca wants more of that juice you made. Then he notices me and the elder Mrs. Sutter. What is going on here? He asks with a bit of a growl. Nothing that concerns you, Gamma, she hisses out. I notice that his eyes cloud over. Adrian. Kitchen. Now. Adrian, I was chatting with a couple of other alphas discussing a possible business venture when I got the link from my Gamma. Excuse me, gentlemen, I have a matter to attend to. I say as I take Kina by the hand. Of course, they say. What's going on? Kina asks me. I have no idea, but I just got a link from Rex saying. G kitchen now. I tell her. We make our way to the kitchen, and I see my Gamma, my cousin, and my grandmother. What is going on in here? I ask, as I see my grandmother give my Gamma a dirty look. I told you it was none of your business. Keska, your arm. It's bleeding, what happened? Kina asks her. I caught her stealing food from us. My grandmother states like she is the Luna in charge. What pack is she from? I ask my grandmother through clenched teeth. Blue Crescent, of course. She answers me like I'm an idiot. Who is the alpha of that pack? I asked. Adrian, you know full well who the alpha is. He is my second-born son, your Uncle Drake. She says again, thinking she is being superior. Then how the hell do you think she is stealing food? Are you going to denounce the whole damn family? I shout at her. I told her she could take the sandwiches, snacks, and water for the trip home, and who the hell are you to go against your alpha's word? Again, I see red because of her. She knows I am pissed as Koros makes his presence known. Kina, Adrian, dear breathe, Koros, it's okay, I am here. I turn to Sally, have someone help Gamma Rex with whatever it is he needs and get me the first aid kit. I say in my most calm voice, even though, like Adrian, I too am seething from the shit his grandmother keeps pulling. Sally's eyes cloud over, calling in another Omega to help Rex. She goes to the pantry to retrieve the first aid kit, and I start to dress Keska's arm. As I am tending to Keska, I see that Adrian is taking 2 paper bags and filling them with most of the leftovers from the party, and placing them neatly in the bags. I also noticed Rex has left the kitchen. There you go, Keska, that should hold till you get home. I tell her. Thank you, Luna Kina, she says to me. I just hugged her. Adrian, after I fill the 2 bags with the leftovers, I get the Omega that helped Rex carry the bags to the vehicles of the Blue Crescent pack. Take these to the wars that came with Blue Crescent, just tell them with the Alpha's compliments. I then turned back to my grandmother. Is there anything else that you think she was stealing? I ask her in a rather dismissive tone. How dare you, she screams at me. How dare I what? I hiss through clenched teeth, I am the Alpha of this pack, and you will do well to remember that, and not go against what I say or do. Is that clear to you, grandmother? She just stares at me with anger in her eyes and stomps out of the kitchen. Keska, Adrian, please don't fight with her. She never really cared all that much for me anyway, so please, don't try and make her change her ways, it will only cause you misery and trouble for the pack. I tell him. The trouble that she causes for the pack is being disrespectful to its guests and members. He states. I have to go if I am not in the SUV, I will get left behind, and as they wouldn't care, I don't think the elder Ms. Sutter would appreciate it. I say as I pick up the last bag of food, giving both him and Kina a hug. I head out the back door and over to the security lot where the SUVs are parked. I open the back door and take my place in the last seat, with the bag of food next to me. Keska, I take out my phone and call Mackie. The phone rings a couple of times before she picks up. Mackie, hello. Keska, hey, Mackie, thought you were going to call when you got home. Keska, yeah, well, I needed someone to talk to and you're the only one who gets me. Mackie, what happened? Keska, Grandma Mimi has rejected me in front of everyone in attendance, she slapped me, and then as I was getting things together for the trip home, she dug her wolf claws into my arm. I am going to have scars now for the rest of my life because of her. Mackie, what a bitch, does Adrian know what she did? Because we both know he wouldn't put up with her shit and would put her in her place. Keska, yeah, he knows, he did yell at her, but like all the others. It's never her fault, she's the victim, not me. Mackie, I am sorry, did you have any fun at all? Keska, yeah, I did, but that will have to wait until I get home, but I will leave you with this, I gave an Alpha a black eye. Mackie, you cannot just say something like that and leave me hanging. Keska, sorry, but it will have to wait until I get home, the guys are coming, so I will have to go, but I promise I will call you when we are about a half hour out. Mackie, alright, bye. Keska, bye. I hung up the phone and put it in my bag as the warriors piled into the vehicle, and the 2.5-hour trip home. Drake, James, I have set a meeting up with Alpha Cameron for next week, Wednesday, to put the finishing touches on the trade agreement and get the contract signed. He said he wants you to be there.